Hello everybody, and welcome back to The Right Stuff. I'm going to review an ink and a pen today, as usual, and I'm just going to do one pen with this ink. I find it easier and I can concentrate on the pen, and this time I've chosen to look at Noodlers Kiowa Pecan, and this is what it looks like. This is the box, Kiowa Pecan. I take and put swabby up here of the colors, so when I have them in the drawer, I can, if I can't read it, I can tell by the color. That's the box, and this is the bottle. It's really pretty artwork on this, and as usual, these are filled to the top, so be real careful when you open anything you get from Noodlers. In my experience, they give you such a great value. They fill these things up. And this pen is a Jinhao X450 fountain pen in a medium fine nib. It's white with gold trim. And so I'll talk about the ink first and then this pen. And I'll put that back here where you can kind of see it. The first paper I have here is a Rhodia Dotpad, and I give you three comparables to it. There's Brandy Dazzle by Diamine, and Herbin, and I may be pronouncing Herbin wrong, but Herbin or Herbin, I've heard it both ways. And this is Kiowa Pecan Noodlers, and it is just really, really pretty. I really enjoy this ink. I wrote, this is a beautiful ink. I love the color and the shading, and it does pretty good on these finer papers. This Rhodia is just real smooth, and there was no bleed or feather. It was just really well behaved on this paper. And the only thing I found was, and it was really humid today, I gotta say, where I live, it was, pretty close to 100 degrees, and the humidity was pretty close to that. So I think sometimes when it's really super humid, it has a long dry time. And I got really tired of waiting on this to dry. But other than that, you really, if you're a lefty, it does have a long dry time on the better papers. And but I tell you what, it is just so beautiful in the shading. I just really like it a lot. I really enjoy this ink. So if you write on the better papers, you just have to allow for dry time. Me, I just, do one paper, set it aside, and write the next paper if I'm writing a letter. So here we go on this. And I'm going to do a little block test on this just to look at the water fast on it. I'm not going to test the ones above, but I am going to do the Kiowa Pecan. Let's squirt some water on that. And I'll try not to get it on that bottom one there. But let's see how it's doing. Really let that set. Really. But I really found I really enjoyed this ink quite a lot. I like shading, and I am really fond of brown inks. I like a good pretty brown ink, and I like about every shade, to tell you the truth, but I do find I like to write my journals with the brown ink. It is beautiful, but it is also nice and legible, easy on my eyes. Wow, that stayed there really well. That's really not a lot of, it had some, color come up, but of course, but gosh, that is really good. It has pretty good water fastness on this Rhodia Dotpad, and I better get that one off there. Yeah, my goodness, yeah. It's got this kind of a darker brown underneath it, the kind of golden, almost like, if anybody's familiar with Noodler's Apache Sunset, it almost is like he's mixed Apache Sunset with his walnut, and got the Kiowa Pecan, but that is really pretty, and it's got this really dark color underneath that is very, very readable. And it didn't do too bad a job of staining up the paper. So that's the Rhodia Dotpad. And next down in density is the Tomoe River. And here's the Kiowa Pecan, Lidate up here, and the Brandy Dazzle. And this is not the Kiowa Pecan here. It was another ink in another pen, and it was not, like I said, it's very humid here, and I happened to get my hand in it whenever I was doing the smear test. And this is 58 grams per square meter, the Tomoe River. And this is, there's a beautiful shading in this paper, long dry time though, no sheen, very well behaved, with no feathering or spread, and small amount of bleed on some papers, but not this one, not the Tomoe River. This is just a really excellent pad as far as, you know, no bleed, no feather, no spread. It's just really a wonderful, I enjoy this a lot. It's very, very, very nice. And let's just do this here and see how well this performs on this one. And I really, like I said, this had a 12-second dry time, and it was a medium fine nib. And so that tells you, and it still could spread a little bit on these better papers, but that is really well there. That is really has some good retention there. That is a pretty good water test, I'd say. That's really readable. And yeah, that is really there. That is really good. That's really nice. So there's some comparables as far as the color goes. You can get an idea. This Brandy Dazzle's got some orange to it, more orange, and to me a blaze color, autumn leaf kind of color. This is kind of flat. It's tea brown. I think I'm not sure about the meaning of Lidate, but I think I know on the little box it has like a tea, like I'd say tea color, the tea of color that it would stain. So there's that. And the last one is the Mead notebook paper, and this ink was well behaved on the cheap paper. I was really, impressed with that. No feathering, it doesn't have any sheen. It does have wonderful, beautiful shading that I really enjoy. But there wasn't much shading on this cheap paper. It really kind of made it look flat. There wasn't any bleed. There was just hardly no dry time. I put it down and I couldn't even smear it. So on this cheap paper, man, it really, if you're looking for one to write notes, because most of the time I use, journals. I don't use super expensive, but it is one you can use on cheap, inexpensive paper. And this is the Brandy Dazzle, the Lidate, and the Kiowa Pecan. And I'm not going to do the water fast test on, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and do a little bit of it just to let you see. But it's really done super well, I think, on all these different forms of paper. Let's see here. I was afraid of. I got a little bit of that marine. I got Diamine marine down there on bottom to right, and it really soaks up this cheap paper. Wow, yeah, it did kind of get a little bit of spread there, but on this cheap paper. But this cheap paper would really degrade quickly. It's very, very thin. But that's there. I mean, that's really impressive to me, man. That's pretty impressive. I really enjoy an ink that keeps its water retention. I mean, it keeps its color. You can use it. Now, as far as this pen, this is the pen. A lot of people have the X450. I was asked by one of my comments to if I would please look at a Noodlers ink and a Jinhao pen. And I think, like most people, this is very inexpensive. one to add to your collection. It was probably, Jinhao was probably the first pen I got, and I have not been disappointed with these pens. I got this on eBay, and I paid $2.83, and it had free shipping, so you can't, that's very affordable. And I don't know if this video will let you look at this. This is a number 6 nib here. This is a number 6 nib, and these are interchangeable. I have gotten on these Jinhao's different nibs. I got a stub nib to put on one of them, and which from Knox, and I really like it. And I think they said that even the Mnemosyne or Mnemosyne nibs will fit on here. I ordered one to check on one of mine to try it out. So I did like the Mnemosyne or Mnemosyne nib on here, but it has a pretty stiff clip here, and has a real nice cap band here with the, I kind of like this. I really enjoy this. I don't have a lot of white pens, and this one is the ivory, I believe. I don't think it was the white. Well, one site said white and one said ivory, so you can make up your own mind what it is, but it is the X450. It has X450 written up here on the cap band, and Jinhao over here has a nice little design, 3 dots down here, in a little gold band at the top, and it doesn't post very well. I mean, you can shove it on there, but that came off, so it doesn't post the greatest. But I don't really post my pins, so for me, that's fine. Because people now that really enjoy posting their pins, that might be an annoyance to them. And as far as the size, it is unposted. It's right at 5 inches, a little under, for almost 5 inches, not quite. And then capped, it is about 5.5 inches. Posted, which you really can't post these, so but I'll just show you just so you get an idea. It's not right, a little under 6.5 inches posted. So there you go, and it has a little place here where you can, it has a little, these X450s, they have a little indentations here where you can, it's supposed to help you hold your pen correctly. And the only thing with a lot of pens, I don't know why they make the finger grip so small. I would enjoy a little bit bigger finger grip, but other than that, it's a really nice pen. I really enjoy these. In fact, the Jinhao are pretty hard to beat in my mind. These are pretty good pens. I would really recommend you give them a try. For as inexpensive as you can pick them up, they are, I think, a very good buy. They're a good addition to anybody's pen collection. And here's the X450. And so you get an idea as far as size goes. And that's X450 Jinhao right here. And I really did enjoy this ink, and I enjoyed the pen, and I really hope everybody had a really nice Father's Day. And I give you a little look at really fine ink. I really recommend this ink highly. It has great color retention as far as the water test. It didn't have very nominal bleed through on cheap paper, more so, of course. And it was extremely water fast, I thought. And after seeing that, I would have no problem addressing envelopes with it. And so I really recommend this. This was a really, I'll put it down below how much I paid for this. I can't remember because the Noodler inks are kind of all different prices. So I'll put that down below, and how much I paid for this. And it is 3 ounces, so that's a really good buy. Most of these inks you get, I know the J. Herbin Lidite was, I think, 30 milliliter. So this was a good buy, and this was a chance for you to see exactly what this was all about. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all later. God bless you all. See you again soon.